Hey, what's up, everybody? I know it's been a few days since I made one of these videos. It's been a little while, but I went to check on it, and as you see, the levels are at 893.55. And actually, when I started making this video, it was uh, 0.53 or 52, and I refreshed it, and it went up. The wording has changed on this. If you'll notice, it used to say, like just as an example, 150 foot above full pond of, I think it was 728, not sure. Now the wording is 6.45 feet below full pool of 900. So, excuse me. It is, it's went up. I didn't think it would go up much more than 890. And if you watch the blue box is 2019, it slowly inched its way into the leaderboard around the 17th, and it still holds true today. For 10 days now, it has been the highest water level in the last 6 years. And this 6-year chart that's from the California.gov, you see there that 2016 is getting lower and lower this time of year, and that was still on an upward turn. And this is right here is what made me decide to make the video. If you'll notice, for longer periods of time, it had 7,000 coming out, and then for what looks like might be 6-8 hours, sporadically over the last 3 days, they've not sporadically, it's pretty even out. They've been dropping it down to 5,000. Now, the reason this is important is because the inflows, they're letting water out of dams up above it, and it's ranging anywhere from 10,500 to, I think it's 15,000. I'll be getting to that at that part of it, but this right here concerns me because this is what they're letting out, and they were letting out 12 and 13. I started asking people what's the limit, because they had it maxed out. I mean, 13,000 outflow, they were getting it. They were letting out as much as it could, as far as I know. I heard people say 11,000. Well, now they've dropped it down to 5 and 7,000. And you've got inflow that hasn't went below 8,000 in the last 3 days. It's 7,972. That was the absolute minimum over the last 3 days. So that's still, 1,000 more than the most they were letting out in the last 3 days. And it has a total a peak of 15,000. And if you'll notice, the peaks are when it's not just snow, it's not just rain and rivers and snow melt and rainfall and that. There's quite a few dozen lakes above Lake Oroville that feed into the left, middle, and right fork. When it goes up to these peaks, they're opening them. When it gets down to these lower parts, they've got more of them closed. That's the way it works. You open more valves, more spillways, more releases, more power plants, whatever you have in the upper ones that lead to Oroville, then the inflows for Oroville go up. So that's how they control the inflows. They're actually controlling it, but there's points they have to let that water go. Now, I'm showing you this right here because I want you to see that number, 3,429. That was for yesterday. And I'm going to show you the Wikipedia page for it. There's Wikipedia, Oroville Dam. It's going to show 3,500,000. Let me see it first, make sure I don't want to get the wrong number. 3,537,000. 3,537,000 acre foot. That is how much it can hold. 537. And right now you're sitting at 429. You have 108,000 acre foot left. Right there's yesterday's total. Now I want you to notice over to the side, about a week ago, it slowed down so much it actually went down 2 acre foot. But then, I don't know if they were holding it back, and making that really slow down. But whatever they're doing, it went back to 1,900, 3,000, 3,300, 5,000, 8,600, 12,500. Do you notice do you see what I'm seeing? The water is, the acre foot is rising more each day than it was the day before. It's increasing. It's, throttling up how much is going into it. And with 108,000 cubic foot left, you don't really have a whole lot left for storage purposes. Or, in my opinion, we're not past flood control, because this to me looks like a flood situation. You got 108,000, that was yesterday. They haven't even posted up the actual total. And with it going up about 30% each day for the last week, if that 12% goes up 30%, you're looking at 15, 16,000 more acre foot, somewhere around in there, added to this. So you would have, say 95 or 90 or 95,000 acre foot left to fill up. And if it was to keep going up at this rate, then, it just gets more and more each day. You're looking at 7 to 10 days at that level, and it would be completely full. Really, 7 times 12 is what, 84 or something. So 8 days be 96. That would be at 12,000, but it's going up faster each day. So you really wouldn't have the whole 7, 8, 9 days if it keeps going up. And my personal comfort level is 895. Any higher than that, and I just wouldn't be able to stay there personally. You live there, you know what you're comfortable with. But this right here, this indicates to me that they have a problem with their turbines. I don't know if they've been reporting it or not. I haven't been following it. But for them to go from 13,000 to 7,000, and it's the last 3 days, they've dropped 7,000 to 5,000, back to 7,000, back to 5,000, back to 7,000, back to 5,000. That's what the chart's showing you right there in front of you. This is 3 days of what they're letting out, and it's the least amount they've been letting out. It really indicates to me that they've lost the turbine and quit using it, or the only other option whatsoever is they're letting out less on all the turbines. But that doesn't make sense to me why they would do, slowing it down so slow if the turbines are in perfect working order and they run them at 13,000 for so long. I don't know why they would drop it down. So you got this right here. Now, like I said, the peaks, they're opening up reservoirs that are filled and letting out more water. It makes the inflows go up. So I expect this 10,500 you're looking at to go up to, 13 to 15, maybe more cubic foot a second, and that's going to make this rise. And it's already right. It's less than 1.5 foot from where I personally would leave. With that much water behind it, it's a lot of pressure. Plus, at any given time, these peaks could jump right back up. They could be forced to release from any given dam. Excuse me, and they're not they're not giving a lot of information to the public about what dams that they are releasing it from upstream. So this 15,500, it looks like it's a steady thing that is rising up every so many hours on this 3-day chart. So I'm expecting it's about time. There's enough gap right here. Be looking for this seriously to go up to 13 to 18,000 and be expecting that level to get even higher. So I really want everybody to, go look at that video to see how to change the dates on the charts. Is at the bottom, just put in a date that's a few days, a week, 10 days, it don't matter.